أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه الأخيار أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. As I said, inshallah, we will follow this lesson, the previous lesson right away with the أنواع الفاعل المضمر. Inshallah, not a large lesson, but I just didn't want to top it up on the previous lesson, not to make it so much. The أنواع الفاعل المضمر is something that is already known to us. The pronouns just being the fa'il. Jamil, just the pronouns being the fa'il. And these are in two categories. We have الضمير المتصل and then الضمير المنفصل. So this is just what we'll be looking at here. And then the pronouns, as we know, we have them 12. Supposed to be 14, but two are the same, so you find them being limited to 12. So Sheikh says here, والمضمر 12 يعني والفاعل المضمر 12 أو والضمائر 12 نحو قولك ضربت the two is the فاعل ضربنا the na is the فاعل ضربت ضربتي ضربتما ضربتم. Of course ضربتما is not repeated because ضربتما masculine feminine is all ضربتما. Then we have ضرب, then we have ضربت ضربا ضربوا ضربنا. So instead of darabtuma being repeated and then the daraba being repeated, we keep it the same. Jamil. So we have المعنى. He says المضمر هو ما لا يدل على المراد به إلا بقرينة تكلم أو خطاب أو غيبة. So the الفاعل المضمر, it is the one that doesn't directly refer to the fa'il except through a qarina. And a qarina is except through a link, except through a correlation. So if I say darabta, you only know the fa'il unless you only know the fa'il when you know who I'm speaking with, because the ta is damir mukhatab, is the pronoun of the second person. So you follow the second person clue to look at who is Redwan speaking to. Then when you see the person, then you say, oh, he's speaking to Muhammad. Then Muhammad is the fa'il. But just hearing me say darabta doesn't show you who did the beating. But let's say you are standing behind a wall, and then you hear me say daraba Muhammadun akhahu. You know right away Muhammad is the fa'il. But when you standing behind the wall and you hear me say darabta akhaka, you wouldn't know the fa'il until you follow who is Redwan speaking to. Oh, okay, he's speaking to Muhammad, then Muhammad is the fa'il. So you follow the clue of the mukhatab. Who is he speaking with? If I say darabtu Jamil, then you are following who is speaking. It is Redwan speaking, then he is the fa'il. If you hear darabtu and you look who is speaking and you see, oh, it is the princess, then the princess is the fa'il. Darabtu, it is the headmaster is the fa'il. Domir mutakallim. So you follow man al mutakallim. If it is domir mukhatab, you look at man al mukhatab. If it is damir ghaiba, like zahabna, like hunna zahabna, you don't know who they are until you are aware of these ladies or these women that weren't and being talked about. Okay, zahabna, nahnu zahabna. Okay, you are looking at, you are looking at the mutakallim. Jamil. So that is how it works. You follow the clue of il. That's why he says that إلا بطريقة تكلم أو خطاب إلا بقرينة تكلم أو خطاب أو غيبة, except through the clue of the first person, second person, third person, before you know who actually is the file. The domir itself doesn't directly show you who the file is. And then he says والمضمر 12 نوعا. The mudmar is in 12 types. And this 12 type is just who it refers to: first person singular, first person plural, second person singular, like that. Nothing critical. Says يدل, number one, يدل على متكلم واحد مذكر أو مؤنث مثل. The first one points to the مذكر واحد, whether مؤنث or مذكر. So we have ذهبت. So the two there refers to the mutakallim, singular or plural, the first person singular, masculine or feminine. And then we have, sorry, let's do some إعراب of course. ذهبت فعل ماضي مبني على السكون لاتصاله بتاء الفاعل متحركة. And then the تاء is ضمير متصل مبني على الضم في محل رفع فاعل. That is how the إعراب of this فعل ماضي goes. And then we have the number 2 يدل على المتكلم المتعدد أو الواحد الذي يعظم نفسه. This part is very important as well. The pronoun, you see, Sheikh clarifies for us here. The pronoun na, you say darabna, ta'allamna, akelna, we ate, we slept. That we pronoun in language or in Arabic specifically is not just used for the first person plural. So we say we did to mean first person plural. No, it also points to mutakallimin wahidin al-mu'azzim nafsahu. First person singular who glorifies himself. So normally you see in the Quran, inna nahnu nazzalna dhikr wa inna nahnu nazzalna dhikr wa inna lahu lahafizun. You see the plural sense of nazzalna, we sent down or we revealed. It is not plural, it is just a mutakallim that is mu'azzim nafsahu, glorifying himself. Jamil. So we see darabna, akalna, sharibna. So in this as well, the i'rab of the na is the ضمير متصل في محل رفع فاعل. And then the number 3 يدل على المخاطب الواحد المذكر. That is the ta, ضربت, ذهبت, أتيت. يعني it points to the second person singular masculine. And then number 4 يدل على المخاطب الواحد مخاطبة الواحدة المؤنثة. The fourth one points to the second person singular feminine, which is the T, ضربتي, ذهبتي, أتيتي. And then number 5 يدل على ضمير المخاطبين الاثنين مذكرين أو مؤنثين. The tuma refers to second person dual, whether masculine or feminine. So we have ضربتما, أكلتما, ذهبتما. And then the number 6 يدل على المخاطبين من جمع الذكور. The number 6, the pronoun that points to second person plural masculine. Jamil, which is the ضربتم, أكلتم, ذهبتم. The tum points to you, plural masculine. Then we have the number 7 يدل على المخاطبات من جمع المؤنث السالم. The number 7 points to second person plural feminine. ضربتن. So the tunna is for the second person plural feminine. ذهبتن, حفظتن. Then the number 8 يدل على الواحد المذكر الغائب, third person singular masculine. You say ضرب, ذهب, حفظ. So this is the basis of the verbs. You see the verbs on this particular meter for the huwa. Originally verbs are conjugated to huwa. Jamil. Then the number 9 يدل على الواحدة المؤنثة الغائبة, points to the singular feminine third person singular feminine. Say ضربت, ذهبت, حفظت. You just add the ta at tanis at the end. And then we have the number 10 يدل على الاثنين الغائبين مذكرين كان أم مؤنثين. This points to third person dual, whether masculine or feminine. Jamil. So you have them ضرب, أكل, قام. And then we have number 11 يدل على الغائبين من جمع الذكور. This particular one points to third person masculine. So that is where you see the ضربوا, أكلوا, ذهبوا. And then number 12, last one, يدل على الغائبات من جمع الإناث, refers to the third person feminine plural. So that what do we say? We say ضربنا, أكلنا, ذهبنا. We just add the na to the verb. The noon is what we call the noon in niswa. Jamil. So these are the 12 fa'il, that is mudmar. But then you realize that all these are dama'ir muttasila. They are attached to the verb. Jamil. So Sheikh says, وَالضَّمِيرُ فِي هَذِهِ الْأَنْوَاءِ يُسَمَّى الضَّمِيرُ الْمُتَّصِلِ. This damir, the pronouns we saw in this type, all of them, they are called ad-damir al-muttasil, attached pronouns. وَتَعْرِيفُهُ أَنَّهُ, his definition is that هو الذي لا يبتدأ به الكلام. الضمير المتصل, you cannot start a sentence with it. Because he says, ذهبت. How can you pick these two and start a jumla with it? ضربتم, you can never start a jumla with tum, قلت. No, that can't happen. So the damir al-muttasil, his definition, major part is that هو الذي لا يبتدأ به الكلام. It is the one that you can't start a sentence with. ولا يقع بعد إلا في الاختيار, and it doesn't come after إلا in the istithna. So you say ما جاء إلا, you can't say ما جاء إلا to mean أنا. You can't say ما جاء إلا تم or ما جاء إلا تن. It can't work like that. So damir muttasil has two features. Things it can do. It is known by the things it can do. First is that it cannot begin a jumla to be mubtada. Secondly, it cannot come after the other istisna illa. Jamil. And then he says, Amma damirul munfasil. As for the damirul munfasil, فهو ما يصح الابتداء به. Damir munfasil is the one that you can begin a sentence with. ويقع بعد إلا وهو 12 نوعا أيضا. This damir al-munfasil is the one that is separate, detached pronouns. It is separate. You can begin a sentence with them. These are the huwa, whom, antum. You can say antum tazhabuna ila al-madrasa. You can say ana azhabu ila al-madrasa. You can say huwa waladun tayyibun. You can begin a sentence with them. And you can say la ta'budu illa hu. Don't worship except him. La ta'budu illa huwa. La na'budu illa anta. We do not worship. You say astaghfirullah, this particular jumla, because it comes in the position of nazb. That particular example is not feasible here. So you can bring this dama'ir munfasil after adatul istisna illa. Jamil. So taqulu, and they are also just as 12 like this one. Taqulu ma dhahaba illa ana. وما ذهب إلا نحن ما ذهب إلا أنت ما ذهب إلا أنت, like that to ما ذهب إلا هن. وسيأتي تفصيل أنواع الضمير المنفصل في باب المبتدأ والخبر. When we get to مبتدأ and خبر, the تفصيل, the expansion by explanation, wider explanation of this one will come inshallah. Till we meet on that particular topic, this brings us to the end of this one, and then we'll meet next on the باب المفعول الذي لم يسمى فاعله, inshallah. May Allah get us there. May Allah grant us beneficial knowledge and grant all of us understanding of what we are studying, inshallah. As usual, don't forget to practice your Arabic speaking. Don't forget to practice your Arabic grammar and all that. Till we meet again, have a very good time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi